Hey everyone, it's time for another good word from God's Word. I hope you're doing great this Saturday afternoon. It's been raining here just like it does every day. I thought the rainy season was over, but boy, was I wrong. So, hope you're doing awesome. Tomorrow it's fall, y'all. So, it's our big fall festival that we're doing after both services this Sunday. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. If you come to Hope, I hope that you invite someone to come join us. It's going to be a great day. So let's look at our chapter for today. This is 1 Samuel chapter 25. And this is actually one of my favorite stories in the Bible because there's a lot of stuff going on that happens. And as I said last week, David is one of my favorite Bible characters of all time. And so I have studied him and read these stories over and over and over again. So this one, if you haven't read this before, and let me just give some context of where we are if you haven't been keeping up with this. So in 1 Samuel 25, we find David. He is in exile. He's in the northern part of Israel. He's doing everything he can to hide from Saul. He has an army of men that are around him that serve him because at this point, David is a warlord. He has this little army that's around him. He goes and does raids and things like that. And so he has to support all of these people. All these people look up to him. All these people look to him for food and for sustenance and to sustain. And so one of the things he does is while they're camping out in this area and living in this area, they find a bunch of shepherds watching sheep. And so David instructs his men to guard all of those sheep. David is a shepherd, so he knows how important that is. And the hope is that when it's sheep shearing time, when it's basically harvest time for shepherds, he's going to get repaid for the work that he's going to do. So sheep shearing time comes. This is like gigantic harvest. So this is a huge party for the shepherds and for the man who owns all of the sheep, whose name is Nabal. And so that David takes some of his soldiers and he says, "Hey, go tell Nabal go tell Nabal what we did for them and ask for some stuff. Ask for some food, ask if we can join him, ask if we can take part of this bounty because we helped him get that far." And so the guys go and Nabal insults them and sends them away. So here's the thing. If you have a man who is a warlord, he has killed hundreds. They sing songs about him that Saul has killed his thousands and David has killed his tens of thousands. You don't want to make this man angry. David is a very strong, powerful man, and Nabal didn't care, and he sent his soldiers away. So David's like, "All right, it's on, man. And he actually says, how could you pay? I did all this work, and now I am being repaid evil for good." So he gets his army together, and he starts marching towards Nabal to take him out, and take out Nabal. And he even makes a promise. He says, "May the Lord deal with me ever so severely if even one male in all of Nabal's camp is still alive when I'm done with him." So he is going to just decimate and destroy, and then take everything from Nabal. Well, thankfully, Nabal has a very shrewd and very wise wife named Abigail, and she catches wind of this and is like, "Oh no, this is not going to be good." About what Nabal did, not what David is planning to do. So she gets a whole bunch of stuff together, everything that David kind of needed, the payment for, and she shows up and apologizes to David and calms him down. And so calms him down, and David is like, "Okay, fine. I won't kill him. I won't kill everybody. We're gonna go home." Which he does. So Abigail goes back home. She tells Nabal, her husband, what he did, what she had done, and then like a week later, Nabal's dead. So it's just a crazy story. And this is actually how David gets his third wife, Abigail. It says at the end of the chapter that technically it's the second one because Saul had given his first wife, Michal, however you want to pronounce it, the one he got for killing Goliath. Saul gave her to someone else. And so this is now David's third wife. So what are we supposed to get from this crazy story? What I like to think about is that the line that I want to focus on in this particular chapter is, do not repay evil for good. There are people out there who want to do good. There are people out there who are serving you. There are people who are doing what they can to help you out. And it's easy for us to not to, if in our pride, in our wealth, in our prosperity, to say, whatever, you just did that. You did that, but I didn't ask you to do that, so I'm not going to thank you for that. And what we have to do is, we can't make the same mistake that Nabal did. Nabal actually means foolish, and what he did was foolish. And so we have to make sure that we don't return evil for good. We need to return good for evil and good for good. That's what Jesus said. When Jesus said, when someone strikes you on the cheek, you're to turn the other cheek, so that they may strike it again. If a soldier equips you and makes you carry all of his equipment for the mile, you are to carry it the second mile. So when we are angry, when we are hurt, we have a decision to make. Are we going to be angry? Are we going to lash out? Are we going to attack others? Or are we going to take the way of Jesus, of turning the other cheek? And Jesus showed that ultimate example for us when he died for us on the cross. They literally they hit him, they put a crown of thorns on him, they whipped him, and Jesus could have stopped it, and he chose not to. And he chose not to because he loved them, and he loved all of us, and he knew he had to go through that. And he calls us to do the same, because Jesus said, here's how they know you are one of my followers, by how you love one another. And then he goes on to say, and then in other parts he says, you are to love your neighbor as yourself, and all the law and prophets falls unto these two commandments. So we need to love one another. Don't return evil for good. We need to return good for evil. We need to return good for good. No matter what it is, we have to show that love and care for other people. Now, that doesn't mean that we let people walk all over us, but it does mean that we always take the side of love. It's a question I've asked you before, and it's the question I'll ask you again today. In all your interactions, ask yourself this question: what does love require of me in this situation? David was not asking himself that question. Abigail was, and Abigail saved a whole bunch of people, and her life was forever changed because of it. I encourage you to do the same. What does love require of you? So that's today's good word from God's word. I hope you're doing great. Hope we'll see you on Sunday. Tomorrow it's going to be an awesome day as we learn more about the Lord. And Pastor actually is talking about playground picks. So like that God has chosen you, which is a pretty awesome thing to think about, that you are chosen. He's going to talk about it more tomorrow. All right. We'll see you next time, and hope you're having a great day. Bye-bye.